lovies. I'm Tasha Monet, and I am back with a brand new series, Shadow Moon Legacy, The Founder, Season 1. Here on the screen, I have Calista Proctor. Calista is a sim who currently lives in San Myshuno with her best friend, Jerica. Calista wants to be a famous author writing speculative fiction, and she's been doing research and things like that, trying to figure out things about occults and seeing what it is that she knows so that she can go ahead and write the best fiction possible. She does not know her father. Her father, according to her mother, left them when she was a very young baby, and all she knows about her father is that he had dreams of being a writer, and when things did not go his way, he kind of just left the scene. And so although Calista has mixed feelings about her father of what she knows based on what her mother has told her, she is kind of following in those same footsteps of wanting to be a writer. And so she's working on that. She actually does not work today, and she wants to go have a nice little brunch with her mom because she has a crush on her coworker named Nox Jericho. And Calista hasn't necessarily been the type of sim who has had crushes on other sims before. She mainly just did what it was that she needed to do. Of course, she has friends and things like that. In fact, her best friend Jerica, who is currently at work, is someone that she trusts with her life. But this is all brand new for Calista, and so although her mom has been single and just out and doing all of the things that she wants to do without Callista's father being around, Calista wants to go and see her mom and ask her for some, I should say, advice about what she's feeling about this man that she's only known for just a little bit of time because she just joined the writer career. So we are going to go ahead and have her call her mom and see if she can come over. They can have brunch because she just has things that she wants to talk to her mom about. Now, her mom is a bounty hunter, or as far as Calista knows, that's what her mom does. And so, oh, wonderful. So her mom says that she can come over. So you see, she's going to the Hunt headquarters. The Hunt is the name of her mom's bounty hunting company. And well, again, as far as Calista knows, that's what her mom does. And so she's gonna go ahead and head over there so that she and her mom can have brunch together, and she can talk to her mom about the things that she's been feeling and see if she can get some advice on like what she should do. So Calista has made it to her mom's office. They're sitting in the chairs here in her mom's office, just having a hello, Leanne, having a nice little sit down and meal. Okay, I guess Leanne wants to stand. Oh, Leanne needs to sit in her actual chair here. And so Calista is, just talking to her mom, and, she's just like, I know things have not necessarily been the best for you, and you've done all that you could to raise me, and I appreciate you for all the things that you have done. But I don't know much about love, and I don't know if you do too, but I need your advice. Like, I can't say that I'm in love, but I have a crush on somebody that I work with, and I don't know if like this is just something that I will get over at some point, or if this is something that I should look deeper into. Like, how do you talk to men? Like, how do you let them know that, hey, I'm interested in you? And and then she's gonna be telling her mom how Knox, he's a bit different from the other men that she has met in her career and things like that. She can't necessarily put her finger on it, but there's definitely something different about Knox, and she doesn't know what it is. She is also just going to tell her mom a little bit about how she's been thinking about studying more into occults, because she's really interested in writing a bit more about that. And her mom is just like, There are so many things that you could write about, so many things that you could do. Like, definitely just think, a little bit about how you want to represent yourself as a writer, and just remember that you could always come and work for me in the hunt. So one of the things that Leanne has been trying to do is she's been trying to get Calista to join the hunt, which is the business that Leanne owns as a bounty hunter. Calista doesn't know everything that her mom is into and what her mom knows, but she is really just, trying to find her own way, which is why she hasn't necessarily joined her mom. And she comes across this little notebook here. And so I'm going to have her come and open this notebook here. And where did she go? Sis, I need you to come back in here. Right, and so she's opened this notebook and she notices just a little bit of things about it that she wasn't exactly certain before. She hasn't seen it in her mom's office before, but she realizes that the notebook was written by her father. And it's the unofficial autobiography of Osiris Proctor, which is her father's name. And so she's going to go ahead. She's going to start reading these entries and see what she can find, because her mom's been a little mysterious with her lately and she's just not sure. Okay, so this first one here, 01. So this is like the first little entry, Exhibit A. I always thought that I was meant to be a writer. There is something about the fabrication of worlds and lives that appeal to me. Wish I knew that this sometimes life can be wilder than fiction. That's weird. This dream that I hold will never be. So, kind of interesting there. He's saying that it would never be. Let's see here. Let's have her read this one. 02, Whirlwind Romance. When I met her, I didn't know I would love her. We're assuming her is going to be her mom. It was really just great sex. Somehow the late night creeps became daytime meets and I was hooked. I had to be around her. The way her laugh was a little tinkle and she pulled her earlobe when she was nervous. It's everything about her, and I cannot believe a man like me scored a woman like her. Shotgun Wedding. Read. We're married. It was kind of on a whim. We were laying in bed talking about the things we wanted in life. She expressed a desire to work in law enforcement. She's tough. She could do it. I told her about my dream to be a writer, but how rough of a life it would be with very little money. She said she wanted that for me, and that is when I knew I had to have her as my wife. So I asked her, kind of jokingly, and she said yes. So we went to the courthouse, and now she's my wife. So these are things that Calista did not know about her parents. And it's kind of interesting that Leanne would have this in her office and not in her home. Not exactly certain how the notebook was put here, but we're going to read as much as we can because maybe we'll get some clues into what Leanne actually does in the hunt. Because right now, Calista doesn't know. And while money is not like a lot for it, like Calista doesn't have like a lot of money right now, like just kind of thinking about like how she can supplement that income. Like she knows like if she works for her mom would be able to go ahead and give her, like a substantial sign-on bonus and things like that. But we don't really know what Leanne does, and Leanne is always kind of I don't want to say shady, but she's always a bit vague when she explains what it is that the hunt actually does. So let's see. Entry 4, Home Sweet Home. She doesn't trust me to make decisions, and perhaps she is right. If it were up to me, we'd still be living in the ratty old apartment in the Spice Market. It wasn't much to look at, but there was love there. The grind to make ends meet with the sounds of the city as your soundtrack. That's a writer's paradise. But I am married, so the home needs to be a paradise for the both of us. So naturally, we moved to the home she wanted. I love her. So we still don't have anything about like what happened to her father. We also don't have any information about like what Leanne does, right? Because there has to be a reason why Osiris left, and Callista's trying to figure that out. And so this notebook can like help us out. 07 0 wait, okay, so we just read 4. So 5. 05. Then comes a baby in a baby carriage. I knew she was pregnant before she did. I don't know how I knew, I just did. Were we ready to be parents? No. She was working as a bounty hunter, much to my dismay. I was working as an insurance salesman, again, much to my dismay. Writing just wasn't bringing in the money we needed to afford the home she wanted. Now, with baby Calista, working in insurance was more of a necessity than ever before. If Leanne deserved everything she wanted, Calista deserved the world and more. So Callista's now on the scene, and it feels like we're possibly getting a bit more info about like what is going on and happening. Agatha, I'm sorry, we're not answering the phone. We are reading things that we shouldn't. 6. Quiet little town. Working in insurance is cutthroat. There are not enough customers where we live, and making cold calls has not been profitable. I heard about a quaint little town that no insurance salesman has ever called in before. I was up for the challenge. At least I thought I was. I don't remember much about the town, but I woke up back in my bed, a pain on my neck, and a hunger in my belly that couldn't be satiated with food. That's strange. So something apparently happened to Callista's father, and we don't really know what it was. Like, obviously, we have a little bit of clues. It sounds like he may have gone somewhere where he shouldn't have, and maybe he was attacked, but it doesn't necessarily say. There's only a couple more entries left, and we need to make sure that we read these before her mother starts wondering what's happening. So let's see here. Husband, father, monster. I am not a coward. Leaving my wife and child is the hardest thing I have ever done. They deserve better than a monster like me. So her mother told her that her father left because he just wanted to go off and be a writer. But according to this notebook, there's more information here than what we think Leanne has told Calista. There's only one entry left in here. And this entry is written by Leanne. All the other entries are written by Callista's father, but this last entry in this notebook is written by her mother. 8. He has it coming. I will find him and I will kill him. So we just found out a little bit more about Callista's parents, I guess you can say, like the beginning of their romance and how things weren't necessarily great for them. Like, yeah, her father wanted to be a writer, but he went and he became an insurance salesman to make money for the family. And then something happened to him on the job and he left because he felt like they deserved better than him. But according to her mother, the father wanted to go off, Osiris, he wanted to go off and be a writer, and then he left them to go write. But then Leanne wrote out that she's going to find him and she's going to kill him. So Calista is back home and Jerica is also home from work. And so Calista is going to have some conversations with Jerica, just talking to her about what she found out um, at her mom's house in her mom's office. And Jerica, you know, has her own things to deal with. But one of the things that I found out that I did not expect is that Jerica has a crush on Calista. So they're best friends. She works at Instagram and all of these things like that. But she has a crush on Calista, and I don't think Calista knows how Jerica feels. Calista has been friends with Jerica since they were young children, and now this could complicate things for us. Because I don't know if Jerica is living with Calista and listening to Callista's stories and things like that, because she hopes that one day things will be, like her and Calista. I don't think she understands that Calista is on something else, right? Calista's on a different time. She has different things. But Calista is trying to explain to Jerica about the things that she learned at her mom's house, for the things about her dad, and all of the things that she thought she knew are really things that she doesn't know. And she's going to talk about how, like, she went to her mom for some love advice and it didn't really work out the way that she thought. And so, she's talking to Jerica about the crush that she has on her coworker. And Jerica may not completely understand this, because Jerica has a crush on Calista and she wants for things with her and Calista to work out. Like, she kind of walked away when she found that out. And it's not because, she isn't a good friend to Calista. She's just trying to find a way to deal with her feelings and the things that actually is happening with Calista at this moment. She's actually going to chat with her mom on the computer, and she's going to chat with her mom on the computer because she's not certain if she can have this like face to face right now. So she's really just having a conversation with her mother, and she's just like, Mom, I don't want you to think that like I go through your things and things like that, but I saw something on your bookshelf in your office, and I read it because it belonged to my father, and things that you told me just don't match up. And her mom kind of just closes out of the chat after saying, like, there's just things that you don't understand, and just leave everything alone. And that just makes Calista more curious. Like, her mom is hiding things from her. She doesn't really know what her mom does for work. Her best friend is acting really strange right now. And she has a crush on a man who is a lot different from what she's used to, but she doesn't know why. And she's just trying to figure out, like, how she's going to manage all of these conflicting emotions and things that are happening. Like, things are just a little bit crazy for Calista right now, but excuse me, ma'am, girl, come sit over here, because the way she trying to give you a lap dance. But anyway, as I was trying to say, like, a lot of crazy things have happened here for Calista in this episode already. She found that notebook on her mom's bookshelf. Kind of strange that her mom put it there. I don't know if her mom wanted her to read it or not, and her mom is just trying to be mysterious. I don't know if it was a mistake that it was there, but now that Calista has seen it, I don't know if her mom is eventually going to open up about it. There's just a lot of unknown variables right now. All that we know is that Leanne said she's going to find him and she's going to kill him. And we're not exactly certain why she would want to do that. Like, what is it that Osiris has done or has happened to Osiris that has Leanne in such a state, and that she had to hide him from Calista for so long? So hopefully we'll find out some answers to those questions in the next episode of the Shadow Moon Legacy Season 1, The Founder. And I really do hope that you enjoyed this episode and you are excited for this series as much as I am. If you would like to see your Sims as Townies in any of my LPs, make sure you upload them to the gallery with the hashtag TMTownies. Also, if you would like to catch me live, you can visit my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/I'm Tasha Monet. I go live not on a definite schedule, but various times throughout the week. And again, I'm so thankful for you watching this new episode of a new LP. And as always, I'm sending positive vibes your way. I'm Tasha Monet. See you next time.
Sometimes I feel like I done lost it, and I don't even really know the cost yet. But every time fever's on my mind, you remind my soul that I'm free. I know I can't go on my own. You came so I wouldn't have to go it alone. You took the long road so you could show me home. Found love better than I've ever known. So now I know that I can say you are exalted above everything on the earth that I've seen. Cause I know that my dreams come alive in the love that you promised to me. I'll keep singing your praise and you know I believe.